This video is actually a test video if it works or not, but anyway, it's about wills and estates. Beware of executors in Ontario. They have a ridiculous amount of power, and you can spend 5 years in court and hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to get rid of them. So I'm just going to share the one story. I can't give you the name, but after I found out about secret filing is legal in most of Canada and discovered that an executor in Ontario, I suggest you check your province. I'm sure Saskatchewan isn't that stupid, but in Ontario, they have the right to take title of all your properties after you die. So even in the case of there's heirs, if a person has died and there's real estate, I'm not going to get into my mother's situation and mine. I'm going to talk about how when a man died and his heirs lived out of town and discovered that the house was gone, the money was gone, and the house was sold, and they didn't see a copy of the will, so they didn't know what the will was. And they didn't know their father's lawyer. You see, they had left when they were the town that they were born in, after they graduated from university. So this happens particularly in this day and age, where your children wind up with careers that can take them to other countries and certainly other cities where you don't see them a lot. Their careers keep them completely occupied and raising their families wherever they are. So after I had been robbed of my home and tricked out of the estate by Doug McIsaac and discovered the executor had all these rights, and that's how my brother had taken control of our estate and managed to steal everything. The only reason he couldn't sell was because my mother was still living and she was a registered owner. And so I got talking to a man that I had known in business some time before, just sort of met in a coffee shop. And he said to me, he said, my brother-in-law was the executor of his father's estate. He was married to my sister. And he was the only one that lived in the town where we grew up. And the rest of the brothers and sisters had all moved away. And they forever wondered whatever happened to their father's house. They never saw the will. The house got sold and they never got any money. Well, they weren't poor, okay? They had really good careers, and so they didn't bother to go into it. And I said, I can tell you what happened. As an executor, he had the right to take title ownership of the property and sell it in secret, without even notifying the heirs. That's Ontario law. And it happens all the time. But because heirs don't know what's going on, I also know of a situation in Wasaga Beach. They were not rich, but the same thing happened. The executor sold the mother's house and the heirs got nothing, and they never understood what happened or how she had that kind of power. And when they tried to go after her for any money, after they did manage to get a copy of the will, the money was gone. So what we're going to do, get blood from a stone. So that's the situation. But I have put on my website a codicil paragraph in your will that you can stop ownership title from being taken and bring it back to the original law, which is they are only a trustee and they have to confer with the heirs. And they do not have the right to just take title, ownership, and sell real estate after you die. So that's just a warning about the laws and executors in Ontario, and it may be possible in other provinces because I know secret filing is legal in every province but Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Alberta. So that's just a quick little thing. Warning, executors can rob all the properties of your parent after, or spouse after they die. Okay, just to give you, so check it out. Can't do anything about what happened to me, but maybe I can save somebody else.